Up next on Line TV, Kaya has a story about what's going on in Cersei's marching band, and a story about a teenager swept away from shore by strong ocean currents on Hampton Beach.
And me, Brooklyn Shaver, to see if the weather is going to cool down anytime this week. All that and more, Line TV starts now.
Cersei High. Welcome back to another episode of Line TV. I'm Abigail Ray.
And I'm Jayla Chase. We hope everyone has had a great start to their week so far. Now let's start the day with some student announcements.
Students coming in late to school must check in at the East and West office. This is not for students that have internship, just those coming in late from home or some sort of appointment.
Spanish Honorary and Spanish Club will have an informational meeting on Friday, August 29th in Miss Nelson's room 302.
High school has a food pantry that provides students with food bags to take home every weekend. You must complete a Google form if you would like to get a bag each week. Students can sign up anytime during the school year to start getting a weekly bag. Students should pick up their food bag after 7th period on Fridays before you leave school. If you have any questions, please speak to Miss Jenna in room 204 or Miss Edelman in room 306. All student information will be kept private.
Educators' rising dues are $25 and may be paid now through September 26th to Ms. Moat's room in room 213. The first meeting is for anyone interested in joining and will be held on Wednesday, September 3rd from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in Ms. Moat's room.
U.S. Senator John Boozman's Congressional Youth Cabinet is an opportunity for high school juniors to engage in public service. It's a year-long commitment with 2 meetings in Little Rock with team-based research and policy development. Visit Senator Boozman's website or scan the QR code on the hallway TVs. Apply by September 12th by Voice for Arkansas's Youth.
Our SHS marching band is a very well-talented group we have here at SHS.
That's right, Jayla. Kaya Fortune was able to get some insight on the sound of Cersei.
With the new year comes the start of a new marching band season. The Cersei High School Marching Band has been working diligently to start off this new year.
Really, summer band is a time for conditioning, working to prepare for the upcoming season. To put a marching show on the field, there are 8 minutes of really high-level physical activity. So we spend the first few weeks really spending long 8-hour days working on our fundamentals and our music. And then working on a lot of conditioning, interval training, and things like that. Things that you would expect to see in a sports practice, you would see in our marching band practice during the summer.
The band has many different instruments, and they make them sound like one.
It's all very subjective to what kind of a musician you are and what kind of instrument you play.
We have several days where we have individual sectionals after school, and then we have a day that we have a full band rehearsal after school. Usually, of course, in the morning times, every first period, we're always rehearsing.
Marching band requires a lot of hard practice, including physical and mental discipline.
Within the boundaries of me being a student leader, I can do one thing, and that's we have 2 telephone poles at the back of our field. I can tell them, go run and touch the pole.
They also have a bunch of goals they try to reach every year to improve.
Goals would be to continue upon the success that has been built the last couple years. We want to kind of keep building success.
By focusing on marching fundamentals and their new show music, these students are persevering and aiming for another successful year. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Kaya.
The Arkansas State Broadband Office has released the final proposal for the Broadband Equity, Access, and Development Program, and now it's up for public review and comment. The BEAD program is about more than faster internet, it's about opportunity, said Governor Sanders. By connecting every community with high-speed access, we're giving students the tools to succeed, entrepreneur, the ability to grow their businesses, and families access to better health care, close to home. Arkansas is showing the nation how smart, efficient investment can strengthen communities, expand upward mobility, and drive lasting economic growth.
A teenager drowned while swimming with his family in Hampton Beach. New Hampshire officials said the 17-year-old died after he and his father, 61, were pulled from the water when they were swept away Sunday evening by a powerful ocean current. According to New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol, authorities received a report of a possible drowning around 6:45 p.m. Witnesses said the teen had been swimming with his family when a strong current carried him away from shore. The father reportedly entered the water in an attempt to rescue his son, but also found himself in distress. Off-duty lifeguards managed to bring both individuals to shore and immediately begin life-saving measures on the teen. The father and son were transported to a local hospital where the teen was later pronounced dead. His father was treated and is in stable condition. Authorities have not yet released the teen's name.
Including more broccoli in your diet could reduce the risk of colon cancer, newer research suggests. Diet is known to be a key modifiable risk factor for colon cancer, particularly a lack of vegetables and dietary fiber, as well as exclusive alcohol and caffeine consumption. According to researchers, vegetables including broccoli as well as cauliflower, kale, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts having previously been identified as risk reducers, but it was unclear what volume of consumption had this benefit.
The temperature has really cooled down this past week.
You're right, Jayla. Good thing Brooklyn Shaver can tell us what the rest of our week's temperature will hold.
Good morning, Cersei. Let's get right into those weather updates. Today was partly cloudy with a high of 82, rains at 0% chance, winds at east-northeast at 8 miles per hour, humidity at 8%, and your sun rose at 6:36 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 59 degrees, rain at 14%, winds northeast at 6 miles per hour. Your humidity is at 63%, and your sun set at 7:39 p.m. On to the almanac. Your last 7 days average was a high of 103 and a low of 64 degrees. Your monthly average precipitation was at 3.41 inches, and your month to date was 0.91 inches. On to the 5cast. Thursday is thunderstorms with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 60 degrees with an 88% chance of rain. Friday was mostly cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 60 with a 24% chance of rain. Saturday is partly cloudy with a high of 82, a low of 61, and a 12% chance of rain. Sunday is partly cloudy with a high of 82, low of 62, and a rain of 12%. And Monday is partly cloudy with a high of 82, a low of 62, and a 22% chance of rain. Well, that's all the weather updates I have for you, Cersei. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Hey, Abigail, all this weather talk is making me hungry. Do you know what's for lunch today?
I do. Today for lunch we'll be having chicken Alfredo with a breadstick, pepperoni and cheese pizza, fajita marinated chicken, classic chicken sandwich, chicken bruschetta salad, cucumbers, and onions with milk.
That sounds great. Please be sure to thank the lunch ladies for all their hard work and all they do here at SJHS.
Moving on to sports, our Cersei High School football team is preparing their upcoming game this Friday.
That's right, Abigail. Curtis Stephen has more info in sports for us.
Happy Wednesday, Cersei High. I'm Curtis Stevens. Let's dive right into some sports announcements for the day. Our SHS golf team traveled to Melbourne Monday to play their 4th game of the year, working their way to yet another conference championship and another state run. Our SHS volleyball team traveled to Roanoke to face off against the Jackrabbits for their 2nd game of the year. I'll update you with the score in the next show. The Cersei Lions football team have their 1st game of the season Friday, where they face off against their non-conference rivals, the Baseball Pioneers. The Lions have been practicing hard all summer and fall, gearing up for what seems to be a big season ahead of them. Moving on to national sports, the NFL preseason has officially wrapped, and all eyes turn towards the regular season, set to kick off September 4th. The defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, lead the charge, running a defense ranked top 3 in the league thanks to Vic Fangio's impact and an elite secondary fortified by stars like Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, and Zach Bond. Though their schedule is among the league's toughest, Philly's depth and coaching balanced them not just to repeat but to dominate. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs remain dedicated to contending. Even after falling in Super Bowl 59, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid continue to deliver at the highest level. Despite losing defensive lineman Felix Uzomah to preseason IR, KC's championship blueprint is still intact. And in Cincinnati, Joe Burrow enters 2025 with renewed health and confidence, coming off a near MVP season, leading the league in passing yards and touchdowns. Burrow and the Bengals now benefit from continuity across their offense and no major contract distractions. Still, offensive line issues and a key contract holdout for Trey Hendrickson could pose early challenges. These three franchises, Philadelphia, Kansas City, and Cincinnati, stand tall as the early storyline contenders of this season's Super Bowl race. In the MLB, the Colorado Rockies travel to Pittsburgh to face the Pirates. The Rockies come into the game with the worst record in the league, 37-39. Paul Skeens showcased a dominant performance, pitching 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits, and struck out 7 batters, leading the Pirates to a 4-0 win. The Chicago White Sox also played a game against the Minnesota Twins, with the Twins losing 8-0, and the Cincinnati Reds played against the Arizona Diamondbacks, with the Reds winning 6-1. Well, seriously, that's all the sports updates I have for you so far. I'm Curtis Stevens, sending it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Curtis. Be sure to come out and support our Lions this Friday.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Abigail Ray.
And I'm Jayla Chase. See you next week, Cersei.